It is a pleasure to be here with you. Karen Jones here, pointofme.com. I think I'm repeating myself. Anyway, I'm sure I'm on the air now. I am live in Seoul, South Korea, and it is cold. I have my hat on today. I'm just about to go for a nice walk, but I wanted to get this webinar done. It's been 2 weeks. I missed my weekly Yummy Money webinar. I had the flu, still little remnants of it left. And then I've been transitioning. I had the flu. I had to grab some antibiotics, jump on a plane, and come to Korea to this beautiful hotel where I'm working, and I get to sing every night, do what I love to do. How does it get any better than that? Okay, so let's talk, right away. We're going to jump into my favorite book, Money Isn't the Problem, You Are, by an Access Consciousness book by Gary Douglas and Dr. Dain Heer. We are continuing our journey into using these amazing tools that will create much more wealth and richness and wonder and magic in your life. This is truly an amazing book, very powerful, very potent. It's tiny, and we're going through it page by page, but I just want to remind you all not to give up. Please watch all of these videos again, and you will really, and you start to use the tools, you will find that things will start to change for you financially. It's like the big elephant in the room. We don't always want to look at our financial situation. We don't want to know how much we're spending or how much we're going into debt. So please use these tools, become more aware. The more we're all aware on this planet, the better our planet will be, and the better and easier it'll be for all of us. I'm not saying it's going to be easy all the time. I'm saying that you'll get over life's difficulties with more ease. How does that sound? Sounds pretty good, huh? Okay, so let's jump right away into the book, and I'm going to screen share this with you. And here we go. All right, so actually that's enough. Here it is. Perceive, know, be, and receive. Do you want to know what's going to make your job better, or how to improve your money situation or your business or your relationship? In any area of your life that is not working for you, there's something that you are not perceiving, not knowing, not being, or not receiving. That's what I was talking about, the elephant in the room. It's like you're unwilling to look at it. You're unwilling to perceive it. You're unwilling to know what's going on. You're unwilling to be, and you're just definitely unwilling to receive the information that's being given to you. How can we say this? It's because we know you are an infinite being. As an infinite being, you have the infinite capacity to perceive, know, be, and receive. Amen and hallelujah. You are an infinite being. And isn't that wonderful to know that you're not a finite piece of crap? This means that in order to create your life as the limitation it has become, there have to be things that you are unwilling to perceive, know, be, and receive. Okay, so here's a great tool. Say the following 30 times a day for 3 days. Perceive, know, be, and receive what I refuse, dare not, must never, and must also perceive, know, be, and receive. That will allow me to have total clarity and ease with, and you fill in the blank. Okay, let's pick something. Okay, I'm going to ask for more clarity around my new business. So perceive, know, be, and receive what I refuse, dare not, must never, and must also perceive, know, be, and receive. That will allow me total clarity and ease with my new business. Or you can use a simplified version. What must I perceive, know, be, and receive that would allow me to have greater clarity around my new business? So you can put anything in the blank. This question starts to unlock where you're not showing up. Okay, so how do you show up more in your life? This question starts to unlock that. This little crazy phrase, because it kind of like contradicts itself, right? Or it says one thing and then it says the other thing. So we have like the opposite polarity of where we are getting stuck or where we are limiting ourselves, okay? So if you will do this 30 times a day for 3 days, somewhere at the end of the 3rd day or into the 4th day, you'll start to have an inspired way of looking at things. All of a sudden you'll ask, why didn't I think of that before? You couldn't think of it before because you refused, or you dared not, or you thought that you must never perceive or receive something, or you thought you had to perceive or receive something in order to get there. Now, this simple question will help you unlock your limitations. Perceive, know, be, and receive. What I refuse, dare not, must never, must also perceive, know, be, and receive. That will allow me total clarity and ease with, in my case, my new business. Now, 30 times a day will begin to change whatever area of your life is not working the way you would like it to work. This is in relationships. This is with money. This is with your health. I mean, anything. It is truly magical. People, use it. Okay, next chapter. You've got 10 seconds to live the rest of your life. What do you choose? I mean, I love this concept because it really reminds you that you are not limited to time. You literally can change your mind. You do not have to be stuck in an idea of what something is supposed to be, or how it's supposed to, what it's supposed to look like, or a choice that you made maybe you made a choice and you're like, well, you know, this really isn't working for me. Why are you continuing to choose it? I love this. I even wrote a song about this. Maybe I'll sing a little bit of it for you later. You've got 10 seconds to live the rest of your life. The world is filled with lions, tigers, and bears, oh my, and poisonous snakes. They're going to eat you. You've got 10 seconds. What are you going to choose? Now, if you do everything in life in 10-second increments, you will find you cannot make a wrong decision. If you do anger for 10 seconds and get over it, you'll make no wrong choices. If you love for 10 seconds, you can love anyone and everyone for that amount of time, no matter who they are. You can hate someone for 10 seconds. You can divorce your spouse for 10 seconds, and you can love him or her in the next 10. Now, that sounds pretty good to me. If you live in 10-second increments, you will create being in the present moment. Most people, rather than living in the moment, keep trying to create a plan and a system for the future so it will show up the way they want it. That doesn't always work, does it? But there's only one place we can live, and that's right here, right now. That's the present moment, people. Anything else kills you. You don't get to have a life. You miss out on your own life. So what's it going to take for you to stop missing out on your own life and everything that is? And here's the magical phrase: everything that is times a godzillion. Let's destroy and uncreate it. Right and wrong, good and bad, all nine, pod, poc, choice, boys and beyonds. Those of you who are listening for the first time, please listen to the other videos. And if you go to theclearingstatement.com, it will explain that magical phrase and what it means and the various layers that it goes through to clear that energy. Okay, so people have asked, how can you do business in 10-second increments? That in 10 seconds, you can decide whether you wish to talk to that person or not. You can know whether he or she is available. You can know. That's what we were talking about earlier: perceive, know, be, and receive. 10-second increments force you to stop thinking and to go into knowing. Know that you know that you know that you know. You are far more powerful than you allow yourself to be. You are far greater than you allow yourself to be. In 10 seconds, you can start to break down the conditioning that has you figuring things out and planning in advance. Which isn't to say you can't do that, but you want to become more aware in when you start to do that. So you can learn how to choose and how to be present. You can't judge in 10 seconds because it's here and it's gone. We prolong our agony in life by judging ourselves and trying to fix what we have judged. But what if you just said, oh, well, I did that for 10 seconds. Now what would I like? Now what would I like to choose? Okay, there you have it, 10 seconds. Okay, I did that for 10 seconds. Now what would I like to choose? When you do something that you think is bad, how long do you punish yourself for it? How long do you obsess about it? Days, weeks, months, years? You know, it's like that. It's like those thoughts or that conversation that you're constantly having in your head over and over and over and over again, or that you're having with your best friend over and over and over again, and they finally say to you, would you please stop talking about this? Same thing. If you're living in 10-second increments, you can't do that. Of course, you can't remember anything either, but that's the good news. Yeah, it's kind of like 50 First Dates. You ever see that movie? That's a great movie, right? You're just like, okay, but she had like shorter time span than that. Oh no, it wasn't her, it was the other guy. Never mind. Anyway, you got to be there. Okay, so if you practice the art of choosing your life in 10-second increments, you will begin to create choice and the opportunity to receive money. Now that's like, that's like, hopefully that's like blowing your mind right now. If you practice the art of choosing your life in 10-second increments, you will begin to create choice and the opportunity to receive money. Most of us create based on obligation. Exactly, obligation. Well, if I work hard enough, then I'll get the money. What if it's something bigger than that? We say, well, I've got to do this, and I've got to do this, and I've got to do this. But are those things we truly like to do? Usually not, but we keep choosing them. Why? Because we think we have to. We think we're obligated to do them, and that if we don't, nobody will pay us. We buy the idea that everybody else is more important than we are. Do you do that? Everywhere that you're buying that everybody else is more important than you are, would you please destroy and uncreate that now, please? Thank you. Right and wrong, good and bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. That's the magical phrase. Don't get scared. Okay. So if you had 10 seconds to choose the rest of your life, what would you choose? Would you choose poverty? It's just a choice, neither stupid nor insane. When you live in 10-second increments, you get to choose again. You don't have to stay stuck in poverty. You've got 10 seconds. What do you choose? Wealth? Okay, that 10 seconds is over. You've got 10 seconds to live the rest of your life. What do you choose? Laughter? 10 seconds to live the rest of your life. What do you choose? Joy? 10 seconds to live the rest of your life. What do you choose? Consciousness? Great, great question. 10 seconds. Start to live in 10-second increments and start to see how your life changes. You don't have to stay stuck in a choice that you made 10 seconds ago. Really, really quite simple. We're going to move right along, and I promise you I'm going to sing you my little song at the end. Here's the last chapter for today. Destroy and uncreate your life. Now, one of the things you want to do is to start every day anew. You want to create your life every day. This means that every morning you need to destroy and uncreate everything you were yesterday. If you have a business, you destroy and uncreate it every morning. If you destroy and uncreate everything in your financial situation every day, you will start to create more money. You will create today. That's part of living in 10-second increments. When you live in the moment, you're not trying to prove your past decision was a right one. You are creating your life moment by moment, all the time. Moment by moment. They talk a lot about that, living in the present moment. And this is really a great way to start to do that. We tend to think, okay, I've created this beautiful pile of shit over here, so I don't want to uncreate it. I'll just ignore it and walk over here, and now I'm going to create something else. And thus we have the big elephant in the room, or rather a big pile of shit. And though the smell is there, we're still, yeah, here it goes. The thing is, the pile of shit is still sitting there, and each day you ignore it. It smells stronger and stronger until finally it's overwhelming, and you have to deal with it. Oh my. So all the shit that you're creating in your life, all the piles of shit that you're ignoring, would you be willing to look at them and make different choices about them now? Everything doesn't allow that to show up times a godzillion. It's destroyed and created, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Destroy and uncreate your relationship. If you have a relationship and you destroy and uncreate it every day, you will create it anew each day. It keeps you on the creative edge of things. The creative edge, I love that concept. Okay, you want to be on the creative edge of things so that you have the opportunity to let go of everything from yesterday. I mean, literally destroy and uncreate it so that you can start with a fresh, clean slate every day. So let me continue. We worked with a couple that had been married 26 years, and on their 27th wedding anniversary, instead of having a new ceremony, they decided to totally destroy and uncreate their relationship. They've been doing it ever since. And they say that the sex keeps getting better and better, and they're having more of it. Woohoo! How does that sound? Excuse me, I'm going to drink a tea. Now, the 17-year-old daughter said, will you two stop acting like horny teenagers? You're disgusting. You want to do it all the time. This is after being married 27 years. But that's what happens. When you destroy and uncreate everything you have created, what shows up is the opportunity to create something totally new. Something interesting and unexpected happened when I decided to destroy and uncreate my relationship with my children. My youngest son was always late. You could guarantee that he would be between half an hour to an hour late for absolutely everything. 3 days after I destroyed and uncreated my relationship with him, he called and said, "Hey, Dad, can we have breakfast together?" I said, "Sure, son. When do you want to do it?" He said, "About 20 minutes." I said, "Okay, fine." I was with Dain, and I said, "We've got at least 40 minutes. So we dawdled around for about 45 minutes. When we got to the place where we were going to eat, my son was standing on the corner tapping his toe the way I did when he was late. He said, "Where have you been? I've been here for 20 minutes waiting for you." I thought, oh my God. The pod people came and took him and got him during the middle of the night. This is not my son. He's never on time. Ever since then, he's been on time. It is friggin' weird. After I destroyed and uncreated my relationship with him, he stopped being late. Destroying and uncreating does not mean you have to physically destroy anything. It doesn't mean you have to actually end your relationship. What you destroy and uncreate is everything you decided, so you have a greater clarity about what is possible. You destroy and uncreate your decisions and judgments, your obligations, upsets and intrigues, your projections and expectations, and all the things you've decided are going to happen in the future. So how do you do this? How do you do this? Okay, you say, everything I was yesterday, I now destroy and uncreate. You can destroy and uncreate anything. You can say, everything my relationship was yesterday, everything my new business was yesterday in my situation, everything my financial situation was, my monetary world was yesterday, I now destroy and uncreate. Easy peasy, simple as can be easy. Oh, sorry, that was really bad. There you have it. So what else is possible? Remember what it was like when you were a kid? Did you start out every day thinking about what you were obligated to do, like your chores, or did you want to have fun and play? If you destroy and uncreate your life every day, you can get out of bed every morning with the question, okay, so what kind of possibilities can I create today? Or, hey, what else is possible? If you do this, you will create a whole different reality. You'll be creating with the enthusiasm of youth because you are no longer who you were yesterday. Do you guys get it? You're not the same person you were yesterday. You try to bring in everything from yesterday. You drag in your garbage from yesterday. This is a great way to just clear the pathway so that you can start a new day. Who am I today, and what grand and glorious adventure am I going to have? What if you started your day with that question? Another question you can use after you've destroyed and uncreated your life is, who am I today, and what grand and glorious adventure am I going to have? If you have destroyed and uncreated yesterday, then you can begin to create life as an adventure instead of an obligation. And there you have it, people. How awesome is that? Great, great tools to use, right? Perceive, know, be, and receive. Perceive, know, be, and receive what I refuse, dare not, and am unwilling to perceive, know, be, and receive. I mean, great phrase. I use that, oh my God, when I first started Access, I used that phrase in so many different areas of my life. I wanted change, and I created change. As I told you, I quadrupled my income within 6 months. Truly amazing. Money came from places I hadn't even considered. And that is the whole point. Money can come to you from different places, but if you have some points of view in your head or limited ideas about how money can only come to you from places of obligation, like we talked about in the chapter, like you have to work really hard to make money, then other money can never come to you because that is your limited point of view. Those are the blinders. Because that point of view, I can only make money from working hard, means that other money can't get to you very easily. Okay, because your judgment creates your reality in that sense. It is blocking your reality, it's creating a limitation. So basically that's like this invisible wall that says to the universe, oh no, I can only make money by working my ass off and working 24 hours a day. Not a good choice, or 18 hours a day or 20 hours a day. My father did that, and when he had to retire, he was miserable because he had nothing to do afterwards. And I think that is a problem with our society. I think that people should be working until they can't work anymore because they feel, if you feel you have no value, then what are you doing? What are you doing with your life? What are you creating? What are your creations? What are your dreams? Don't give up on your dreams, ever. So you have 10 seconds to live your life. What would you like to choose? 10 seconds. Okay, I'm going to choose quenching my thirst. with this lovely brown rice green tea that I got here in Korea. Those 10 seconds are over. So now what do I choose? Oh, I choose to be at peace. So I'll be quiet. 10 seconds. Okay, those 10 seconds are over. Next. So, you know, it's like when you're watching TV and you've got that remote in your hand and you're like, okay, not, oh, not, oh, not. And then you can start watching a show, and then if it's like not working for you, I come back to that. If something isn't working for you, it really is simple. I'm sorry, this really isn't working for me. It's a great way to get out of situations that you don't want to be in, because you're not blaming anybody else. It is purely based on something that isn't working for you, that you have other things that you need to do, or whatever it may be. Which, okay, obviously this can go into so much deeper. So I recommend, if you're really if this is intriguing to you, take an Access class. They're amazing. They changed my life, and they really invigorate me daily. I do destroy and uncreate my financial reality every day. I destroy and uncreate my relationships daily. I destroy and uncreate all of my businesses daily. I destroy and uncreate my relationship with the planet. I destroy and uncreate my relationship with my body, because I try to control my body and I judge my body, and I bring in all of that from the day before. So when I wake up, I make a conscious effort. Okay, I destroy and uncreate everything I thought I was yesterday. All the decisions and judgments and conclusions and computations that I've made about my financial reality yesterday, I destroy and uncreate it. Really very, very, very simple and easy tool. And starting your day with, what grand and glorious adventure would I like to have today? Woo! Adventure, you know, we lose that sense of wonder and curiosity when we're from when we're small, because we become tainted. We become spoiled by becoming adults. I'm an adult, I must be serious now. I can't play, I can't have fun, I can't have that curiosity that I had when I was a kid. I mean, how insane is that? How crazy are we to allow this reality, or the matrix, quote unquote, to spoil our fun? It is us, it is we who decide how we live our lives. 10 seconds to live your life. 10 seconds to live, what do you choose? 10 seconds to live. I wrote that. It's a great little tune. I wrote it for my one-woman show that I very rarely get to do, and I hope to write another one and include that song again, because it's such a great, great song. I mean, the song I wrote, as you could hear, is kind of intense. 10 seconds to live, what do you choose? Definitely musical material. And it really, it just prompts you to think, okay, so you got continuous choice, infinite choice. You are an infinite being, and you have the ability to create infinitely. I didn't say this at the beginning, so really wanted to make that clear today. I didn't put it on my tagline either. Next time, I'm learning a lot of things as I go along here with my new business. If you're interested, you'll see it on my pointofviewpointofme.com website. Online opportunity. I'm learning so much about marketing and doing stuff online. It is really cool, interesting stuff. Business of the future, people, individuals, not big corporations, individuals will start to be independent, and we'll all share in growing our own individual businesses. Very, very cool stuff. So what did I want to end with today? Yes, the name of this broadcast is on being infinite and having more infinite, and having infinitely more in your life. How much more would you like to have in your life? How much more change would you like to create in your life? Are you getting bored? It's time to step up. Use the tools. They're great tools. I'm truly excited to be here in Seoul, South Korea. I'll see you next week. I'm going to have a special guest. I believe the lovely Brenda St. Louis will be with me next week on our Hangout. I'm so sorry I haven't been able to publicize this earlier, but I will be publicizing next week's broadcast a lot earlier. That's it for today. Remember, 10%, put 10% about everything you make away. And remember to take that $5 every month or more and put it in places that people can find it. And Allow the universe to know that you are infinitely abundant, that you're creating this great treasure hunt for all to know that treasures are everywhere to be found. Okay, Karen Jones, pointofview, pointofme.com. Have an amazingly magical day.